Yes, my people, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing good. In today's video, I basically just hosted a Q&A on my Instagram. I'm just going to reply to these questions that you guys asked. If you guys haven't dropped a follow on my other social medias and even subscribe to this YouTube channel, make sure you guys go ahead and drop a follow, subscribe, like, comment, all of that good stuff. It generally helps boost the video out on the algorithm and helps me grow as a content creator, so I'd much appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get right into it. And the first question is, what was your turning point in your career? I haven't really made it yet to the level where I want to be. If I was to put a label on my turning point, it'd probably be once I shifted my mindset. You see, before, when I was down bad and I was broke, whatever it may be, I was really ungrateful and I was really annoyed with the situation I was in. And rightfully so, it's right to be annoyed and have that anger inside of you to want more in life. That's good. That's a good drive that a man should have. But the shift that I made was I understood that everything that is happening right now is all my fault. I took 100% accountability for everything that was going on. Another thing as well, I saw the goodness in things as well. You see, I'm a Muslim, so obviously we believe in God. But instead of labeling my situation as bad, I flipped the narrative. You see, having a negative mind will never ever bring you positive results. Me talking bad and having all of these bad thoughts, it will never bring me any good. Never. So when I flipped that and I saw the good in it, for example, if I was doing bad in trading, if I had a bad month in my content creation or whatever it may be, I understood that this is exactly where I need to be. I need to learn lessons from this. I understood that it was all character development. You see, in order for you to make it, you have to be the man before you make the money. And that's why a lot of people, they make all the money in the world, but they go back to being broke and they're not content with themselves. As soon as I made that mental shift, that success was a mindset and it wasn't the outcome and it was more focused on the process. That was my turning point in my career, and that's literally the turning point which I'm going through right now. What did you do when you felt like giving up? I'm facing this after getting funded and losing my payout. Now, if I'm being completely honest, and I don't mean to say this just for the views, with trading I never felt like giving up, like never. If anything, them losses would just motivate me. I would have moments of doubt, naturally as a human should, not doubting my ability, but more so doubting like when would it all end? When would I see success? When would I see the fruits of my labor? But I never really felt like giving up. I was never really that type of person to give up. I more just had a lot of anxiety of when I'd make it, essentially. And that's good because your dream should keep you awake up at night. You see, comfort is the biggest killer of success. And the moment that you're comfortable with the position that you're in your life, you will never see growth. Comfort literally kills your growth. And my advice to you would be, if you feel like giving up, you got to shift your mindset, shift your perspective of where you are right now. Cool, you blew your funded account and you fumbled the payout, but look at the positive side of things. You could actually pass that funded account. The fact that you could pass the funded account but you fumbled on the payout shows that it's all a mental barrier. It's all psychology. It's not your ability to trade. So that's like, look at the good side of things. You've literally proved to yourself that you can trade. You know how to analyze these markets. You know how to pass these accounts. The fact that you've done it once, trust me, you can do it again. So run it back. What's giving up going to do? You got this close. Imagine how silly you'd look giving up when you came that close to your target. How did you know you were ready for a funded account? Now, if I'm being honest, I didn't. You see, when I first got into trading, I straight away just jumped into the deep end. Before I even knew what a buy limit was, I bought a funded account and I was trading signals. And I lost every single penny I had in my bank account, and it kind of put me in a really low state. But like I said, I took 100% accountability even back then. I understood that this is my fault. Why am I taking some next guy's signals? I should be learning how to trade. I knew that there was traders out there that could actually analyze charts. It's not like I didn't know what technical analysis was. I knew that people would use technical analysis. However, I was just too lazy, or I lacked accountability back then, and I kind of just wanted to shortcut my way to success. And that's literally why I started Project 30. Project 30, if you guys don't know, it's basically why I teach so many students to trade. And unlike any trader out there, I released half of the course completely for free, teaching the basics how to trade. I'll leave a link somewhere on the screen there. You guys can go ahead and check them free videos out. Go apply them free videos on the chart, and then if you want to join the real deal, then feel free to join. As you guys can see, I've got multiple students funded, and these guys have got payouts before. But for those of you guys that are interested in my trading strategy and you want to be under my wing and get funded like these guys over here, then feel free to check out the top link in the description. I made Project 30 because I didn't want people to come into trading and think it was a scam and walk away with unfulfilled potential. How did your family react when you told them you were going all in on trading? If I'm being honest, they weren't really too happy. At the start, they were really kind of disappointed. They wanted me to go university, be a doctor, whatever it may be, go down the 9-to-5 route and stick to that. And if I'm being honest, it was very disheartening because I remember when it was like 8 months into my trading, it's nearly been a whole year now and I hadn't brang a penny home. And my dad used to tell me so many times, go back to school, go get a degree, go get a job and actually do something good with your life. And I remember one night I told my dad, have you ever seen someone so crazy about something? Of course, he didn't really see the vision and just told me like, let's go put fries in the bag. But alhamdulillah, now we've seen the results and he knows, I think he's proud of me at least. But to answer your question, they weren't really too happy. They were disappointed. My family would used to laugh at me. It was pretty disheartening if I'm being honest. But I pushed through that hard time and alhamdulillah now, you know what I'm saying? If you were to give your younger self advice, what will it be and why? That's a good question. If I'm being honest, there wouldn't really be advice I'd give my younger self. I believe everything I've done to get me where I am right now is really good. Not just because of the results, but because of the man that I became. You see, like I said, it's not all about results. You got to shift your mindset. I wouldn't really give my younger self advice, but I would give him words of motivation, especially in them severe moments of doubt where I didn't really know when I was going to make it. I'm not trying to say I've made it yet, but alhamdulillah, I'm in a much better situation now. But I'd more so just tell him that it's going to be all worth it. Like, everything you're doing, it will pay off. You see, the world works in a mysterious way. The world doesn't leave the ones that put in hard work unrewarded. You see, the same way people go out and they party and they drink and they smoke, whatever it may be, life doesn't hit them straight away. You get countless opportunities and countless warnings. It's only a couple years down the line, once you've got hit with some major health conditions, mental health conditions, whatever it may be, and it's a snowball effect because over time, the compounding effect of your actions, they add up. And it's the same exact thing with the grind. You might not get rewarded the next day. And same way if you to go have a drink right now, you won't get punished straight away. It's the compounding effect. So I tell my younger self, trust that effect. Keep showing up every day. Don't think that your work is going unseen, because trust me, one day it will all pay off. Do you think a person who consistently learns how to trade can be profitable in a year. You do realize if you were to just lock in for 1 year, you could actually become consistently profitable with trading. Especially if you have a mentor that's been there and done it. And you guys don't come to me, go find another mentor that you guys can trust. But 110%, if you were to have the right guidance and you were following everything that he was saying, and if you were to generally be locked in and take trading seriously, then I don't see a reason why you wouldn't be able to become consistently profitable. Just lock in, don't do anything silly, and you should be good. What changes did you make to yourself to become profitable? The main change that I took that took me from being unprofitable to profitable was I fixed my life. You see, a lot of people, they have this weird idea that once they get all the money, they'll fix their health, they'll get back in the gym, and they'll get their life back in order. No, like I said to you guys earlier, you have to be the man before you make the money. Remember, money is just an amplifier of your character. Money doesn't make you the man. That's why so many of these guys that you see, they have all the money in the world, but they're not content. They're not a man deep down, genuinely. They've been through no character development. They've been through no struggle. They've just got so much money backed behind them that just amplifies that they're just egotistical. They're all cowards. They're all weak men. Get in the gym. Get your life together. Cool, you might not have all the money in the world, but it doesn't cost a single penny for you to do push-ups right now. It doesn't cost a single penny for you to tidy your room, keep your life in check. All these small things, they all add up. If you can't take care of your actual life, how are you going to take care of a funded account? How are you going to manage thousands of dollars in capital when you can't even manage yourself? So just a bit of context behind this question. I blew 20 funded accounts before I ever got my first payout. And this guy asked, what changes in terms of mindset did I make that took me from blowing 20 evaluations to get my first payout? I remember one night I was sat down in my bed and wallahi, I couldn't sleep. I was so tired and sick of where I was in life. I was a failure. I was a literal bum. One night I opened my trading journal and I tried figuring out, cool, like I got all this data in the world. All of my trades are right here. Let me figure this out now. And I went through all of my losses and I realized it was all from over trading. And let's just say in a month, I took, let's just say 10 setups. 7 of them trades were losses. 6 of them were all over trading, 3 of them were take profits, and 1 of them was a genuine good loss. As soon as I understood that if I was to just take away these losses from my trading and maintain the wins that I get and just keep the good losses, essentially the losses that are following my plan, following my strategy, I realized that I'm actually profitable. I just do unprofitable things. And as soon as I made that mental shift that I actually have the ability to become profitable, and all I had to do was just eliminate the losses that I took, that shift right there is what took me from being unprofitable to profitable. What made you think you need to focus on trading and make it work? So when I first started off trading, I was taking signals. I remember my first day into taking signals, I managed to pass a funded account from like 6% drawdown. And it was a 6K evaluation at the time, and just off the top of my head I made like, I don't know, what's it, like $1,000 in one day of just a 6K evaluation. And yeah, I was taking signals and I was essentially gambling and full porting, but as soon as I saw the potential that a 6K evaluation had, the fact that I could make $1,000 off a 6K, that there was enough proof to show me that there was real potential in trading. There was actual real money to be made. And then when I understood that once you let your capital do the heavy lifting, if you have 6 figures in funding, if you just let your capital do the heavy lifting and aim for 2-3% a month, you're making bank. And that moment right there stuck with me through every single bit of my trading journey. Every single stop loss I hit, every single time I doubted the process, I understood that there was so much potential in this. There's a reason why I literally dropped out of school for this. Like, I was unprofitable with a 6K evaluation in drawdown and I dropped out of school. Idiot. But I literally saw the vision, and this is a vision that people fail to see. Can you be profitable with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio? And the guy also asked, what would I prefer, risk reward ratio or win rate? Now, if I'm being honest, you can be profitable with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, and naturally, because your risk reward ratio is so much lower, your win rate will be higher. However, the main problem I find with it, if you were to look at your 1-to-1 risk reward ratios and just go through your journal, I'm assuming this at least, like, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but 90% of your trades, okay, maybe not 90, but a good 60 to 70% of your trades go way beyond the 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. Then 1-to-1s go on and hit 1-to-2s, 1-to-3s, 1-to-4s maybe. And if you implement something like higher time frame bias into your trading, and you actually capitalize off of the full moves that you could potentially catch and use drawn liquidity, then you'll realize that you're actually missing out on a lot of potential. The only positive outcome I see in terms of having a low risk reward ratio is that your psychology will be so much better because your win rate is a lot higher. If I'm being honest, everyone starts off with poor psychology. You have to work on it anyway. I would rather go through that extra bit of work and fix my psychology and capitalize off a bigger moves. But in simple terms, to answer your question, yes, you can be profitable with a low risk reward ratio. Me personally, I prefer risk reward ratio over win rate. That's because the trader I am now, I've stomached so many losses that it doesn't really affect me when I take a loss. Of course, when I first started off, having a high risk reward ratio damaged my psychology because I was taking so many losses. And by the time I enter that A quality setup that goes on and hits a high risk reward ratio, I've cashed out of a trade early because my psychology is so damaged. I speak a lot more in detail about this on a whole other video I made. I'll leave a link here. It's a risk management video I made with Project 30, so make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. If you didn't get into trading, what would you be doing right now? I don't exactly know what I would be doing. And one of the main things that helped me with my trading was I never had a plan B. So a lot of people, they try and master a high income skill, but in the back of the mind, they have a plan B. If trading fails or if Amazon FBA fails, I'm going to go back to working on a job, whatever it may be. Not to speak down on people that work jobs, it's completely fine. You have to start with a 9 to 5. Even me, I used to work in a restaurant, peeling potatoes, onions, whatever it may be, washing dishes. Dirty work, getting paid below minimum wage. But I understood that I have to be here in order for me to fund my dreams. But there's a saying that plan B is the biggest enemy to plan A. For me personally, I had to make trading work. Like, I had no choice. I dropped out of school, had no qualifications to my name, so I literally had to make trading work. It was do or die. Like, I literally know a guy like outside of trading in real life, and he has a plan B, which is fair enough. And let's just say his plan A is, I don't know, let's just say it's opening a shop. His plan B is to work as this job, like let's say a taxi driver. And then he has a plan C, and I'm thinking, you have all of these plans, like you won't be able to master anything. Having a plan B sets your mind up for failure. It kills your conviction. As soon as something goes wrong, you start stepping back thinking, yo, this isn't working. You see, no matter what you start, you're going to go through what they call a valley of despair. Them laps where you're running with doubt in your mind, you're going to go through that no matter what you start. Your environment that you're in literally dictates the results that you'll get in your life. There's a saying that you're a product of your own environment. And I know this because when I was young and I was doing silly stuff, just messing around in school, whatever it may be, and I was around a lot of bums, sorry if you're watching this video, people that don't really have bigger visions in life, naturally you get comfortable with these people. Because as a human instinct is to blend in, it's to go and follow the crowd. And when you're around that crowd, it will never help you progress in life. Never. I generally deep it. If you're around 6 millionaires, you will find a way from one of them guys, one lesson that you will learn, and you'll try to copy what they do, and you will become successful eventually. Whereas if you're around a bunch of bums and like low people, everything that they do, you will naturally pick up on their habits. You'll naturally pick up on the way they speak, the way they wear clothes, the way they act, talk, whatever it may be. A couple months ago, me and my boys, we rented out an apartment in Canary Wharf. This apartment did cost a decent amount of money, but the productivity I had over there was insane. My mind was so clear, and wallahi, I was so sharp. I was working harder like never before. I had so much energy, and all of my results, I was smashing them. And I'd advise you guys to do the exact same thing. Go and find a nice apartment in your area, a nice open space with some good views, a swimming pool, whatever it may be. Save all your money and spend it on a couple nights there. Trust me, you will never regret it. I promise you guys. If you guys have got this far in the video, just comment the word environment. I'm just curious to see how many of you guys got this far. Also helps boost the video out on the algorithm, like I told you guys. But with that being said, it's your boy 1FX. Take care, my people.